Today is the day that everyone has been waiting for. It's time for Animal Crossing Among Us Crossover Challenge. That's right, 7 of my best Animal Crossing villagers will be put into the arena that I made in my last video that will be the ultimate place for this challenge. 7 of the villagers will be put into this arena, and one of them will be the imposter. Also on this amazing big cast, we have Ketchup, Apple, Zucker, Marina, Blue Bear. It's a great cast. To raise the stakes even more, one of my villagers will be leaving by the end of the video. One of the losers on the losing team will be sent home. And not my home, not in a random home, one of your homes. I will be giving away one of these villagers to one of you by the end of the video. So either skip to it if you're really interested in that, or wait till the end to see who gets eliminated and who will come to your island. If you comment down below, subscribe, and ring the bell. That's all you have to do to register. With that said, let's move on. We have Apple, who it's finally time for her to get up from the floor and get ready for a great competition. She's like, your house is so large now. It's even one of the biggest on the island. She's like so jealous of my house. Yeah. We now have Marina, Blue Bear, all of these villagers getting their computers sponsored by Animal Crossing themselves. Not actually, but their computers are like PC by Animal Crossing. You know, that's like all of the esports commentators have like their sponsored content. Marshall's dancing and singing, giving us a performance. They obviously can't wait for this to go down. We have Marshall versus Apple, and they are already in a fight together. Now this is not good, because in Among Us you don't want to start fights, because then people will vote you out. And they're talking about how they're excited about winning and stuff. Like, do they actually know they're playing Among Us? Of course they don't, but like, it was like they're talking about winning games and stuff. I'm so confused. Again, if you look at the task in front of you, these are all the tasks they have to complete. If the 6 innocent Among Us villagers, you know, complete all of these tasks, they will win and they will not be kicked off the island. Now, of course, Among Us, what does it mean? There's an imposter among the group. One of these villagers are actually a quote-unquote murderer. Now, it's Animal Crossing. We're not going to do murder here. We're not going to do any of that. So instead, they're just going to pretend fence another villager in a fence instead of, you know, in Among Us where brutal things happen. So, which one of these villagers do you think is the imposter? I've already selected the imposter, but I want you to be a part of the guessing game, just like these villagers are. And I want to see if you can pick up who the imposter is throughout this video. Very impressed if you can. Round 1 is now about to start in 3, 2, 1. Again, they have all of these tasks that they have to complete. If they can complete all of the tasks, they will be able to go home safely. No one will be eliminated, and the imposter will be the only one being sent home. Now, at the start of this competition, Sherry starts talking to me and says, I have a new nickname for you. You're gonna love it. N-O Reno? No Reno? Like Nico Reno? I don't know, it's kind of cute. Sherry, I feel like, is kind of out of touch with the times, you know, because she's the big sister type, and there's 3 peppy villagers who want to be superstars and are all about social media. I feel like she's kind of a little bit of, you know, an older soul compared to them, but I really like her nickname. It was cute. Anyways, she's now going to be the first villager to complete a task, her and Marina. If you look at the tasks, you now see there's a point next to whipping out food and also sitting down on a bench. So that's 2 points for the Among Us non-imposters. That's a very good start for them. We're now looking at the villagers at a wide lens right now, and we're seeing Marshall kind of walking around the hallways. Everyone else is kind of socializing in the middle of the meeting room. Now, Marshall is going to the electrical current room and about to touch the electrical current. He attempts blue, but sadly blue is a failure. So when you go up to the electrical currents, you have to pick a color and see if it works. Sadly, Marshall picked the wrong color. He can try again later, a different color. Now, let's look. Oh my gosh, Marina doing an amazing job for the innocent team. She could be lying, she could be faking, but who knows? She is now going right into the microphone, took down her little net and started singing, which of course counts to a point for the non-imposters, doing some of the tasks. She started singing. That's a very good start. All the villagers are quickly sitting next to each other. We now see a conversation between Ketchup and Marshall, which gives them another point for, having a conversation. Then Zucker goes to the warp speed room. All you need to do to give a point for Operation Warp Speed is to just go into the warp speed room. So he completed that task 1 out of 3 times. Ketchup is now asking Marshall what type of song she would be. This is a very good tactic that imposters do. Kind of talk to them and, mix them up and try to sabotage them and think about random conversations, getting away from the topic at hand. Sherry sits right in the middle of Operation Warp Speed, which is a point for her. But Zucker also went the electrical current and tried the color pink, and that did not work. There's only 2 colors left in that place. It's good that the innocent villagers are at least accomplishing a good amount of these tasks, though. They're doing a lot better than I thought. Oh my gosh! Ketchup! We looked away for 1 second. We were looking at Marshall. Then all of a second, Ketchup got put into fencing, which means that Ketchup is eliminated from the competition, and they're now going to be so happy. Ketchup is so happy. She's in such a good mood. She's like, "Hi, it's you again. Do you want something from me?" She said, "I saw Zucker walking around the other day humming to himself. Strolls are totally a fab time for her." She just got completely eliminated from this competition, and she does not care at all. Apple's having a conversation about lasers, which is a little suspicious to me that she's just talking about sparkles and laser beams. Zucker's kind of looking at her like, oh, that's kind of suspicious. I don't know. She's a little bit of an imposter. Sadly, Ketchup is officially eliminated from this competition, but it's now time for all the villagers to sit in a meeting room just like this, beautiful meeting room, and discuss which villager that they are going to vote out. Now, if we want a little bit of a recap of this round, we have Sherry, who did a lot for the team, sat down on the chair. She also sat in the warp speed room. Zucker also tried at the electrical wire and failed, but also went into the warp speed room. Marshall attempted an electrical wire, and Marina did a lot. She sang and she also sat. Now, Sherry's doing pretty good for the team. Marina, definitely the all-stars. But what about Apple and Bluebear? I think a lot of the eyes are on Apple and Bluebear, especially Apple, after acting a little bit suspicious in the previous conversation with Zucker, and also not being one of the villagers that contributed. She contributed absolutely nothing. Now, if you look to my right, a big fight just blew out from Bluebear and Sherry. A big fight between the two, which is not good for Bluebear or Sherry, because it's not good to have enemies with each other. And it looks like Bluebear had a very horrible conversation with Sherry that made her extremely mad. It's about her friend back at home, and Bluebear said, "Don't bother with your friend back at home," and she's upset. This is very intense. I mean, this is not a laughing matter. It's just funny that my Animal Crossing villagers get this deep. I didn't really expect there to be like friends from back at home. Sherry, I feel like, is one of the best villagers on my island. Definitely the best personality, very kind, and has lots of high morals. A lot of these other villagers are very vain, and they are obsessed with themselves and obsessed with getting famous and don't really care about their friends as much as they do their personal fame. Where Sherry is like a very motherly, she's a sisterly personality. It makes sense. And she just seems to care about integrity and high morals. So she's good to have on this island. Now we witness to our left that Blue Bear had a fight with Marina. Blue Bear seems like public enemy #1 here, but maybe that's a good strategy to have. Maybe it's good to have everyone talk about you as, you know, an annoying person rather than being a suspicious person. Because a lot of times, people who get into fights, you know, at least people know where they've been. Where, you know, Apple, no one's been talking about where Apple's been except for being suspicious. And now she's talking about thank you next. Take a listen to this conversation and then they will vote for who they're gonna eliminate. Well, that was amazing. Ariana Grande, thank you next. It's also important to note that Apple has a terrible reputation with these villagers. I think it's got to be between Blue Bear and Apple. Apple voted for Blue Bear. Marina voted for Blue Bear. Zucker and Sherry voted for Apple, and so did Blue Bear. Blue Bear turned on Apple, and Apple turned on Blue Bear, and Marshall voted out Apple, which means that Apple got eliminated by a vote of 4-2. Ketchup and Apple. Ketchup sadly got eliminated by the imposter, and Apple got eliminated by the vote. Now, we have to say goodbye to both of them. Goodbye. Apple seems just fine being eliminated. It's very interesting to me that Apple got eliminated. I think a lot of people just don't trust her for all the things she did in my previous videos, and I also think people just don't really like her that much. She kind of is rude. She's like one of the rudest villagers on my island. So I think they just thought it was her time to go. But I definitely think some eyes are on Blue Bear. And I think some eyes are on Marina, because Marina has been doing almost too much for the island, that it's almost like she's like overcompensating for something. I'm not saying she is. I'm not saying she's the imposter, but I think that could be what some of these villagers think when they go vote for the next round. Zucker's having a full-on performance, loving to sing. Zucker is, you know, just doing his own thing. You know, Sherry is still walking around with her cup of soup. It's almost her legendary prop here, and I love it. I feel like she's a good judge of character. Marshall is now going to the electrical unit one more time to try another color of wire. Marshall attempts the color yellow, which sadly is a failure. They don't have too many more colors to pick from, so hopefully Marshall can come back and guess it correctly very soon. They're all hanging out in the meeting room. I think it's good that they keep an eye out on each other so no one can go out and just randomly fence them with fences and eliminate them from the competition. Marshall goes back, attempts red, and gets it correct, which means that the villagers have accomplished the first task that they've ever accomplished, connecting the electric cords. The other ones are either in progress or have no progress on them. Zucker and Sherry have a conversation talking about cooking, which means that they have 2 out of the 3 requirements for the talking task that they have to complete in order to win the competition. You want to taste test hummus? And look at this. I mean, I could not believe what came out of Sherry's mouth. Look what she makes with her hummus. Peach sauce poured on hummus with peanuts? You know, I didn't know we had Gordon Ramsay on the island. I didn't know we had the winner of Master Chef. Here I am doing Among Us on Animal Crossing. Little did I know they were doing, you know, the Food Channel. Oh my gosh, Sherry is like the best cook I've ever heard in my life. She's making things I've never heard of before. Quite legendary. Then all of a sudden Marina's like, should I wear my shell dress right now? I'm like, in the middle of winter? Oh, your shoulders will be icicles, honey. Oh no, you should not wear it. I mean, do whatever you want, maybe if you don't feel the cold, but it is freezing outside right now. I'm all about Zucker got, oh my gosh, Zucker's in fences. I didn't even notice. Here we were talking about Marina freezing in the cold in her shell dress, and Zucker got taken over by fences. Oh my gosh, someone eliminated Zucker. That is not what I expected at all. Oh my gosh, they're really talking about thank you next again. Okay, let's take a listen. I don't know why, but the thank you next talk just makes me laugh so much. Anyways, they now have to have a conversation over who they're gonna vote out. Okay, Zucker's eliminated. There's only 4 characters remaining. Sherry, Blue Bear, okay, Marshall, and Marina. Obviously, we have a thank you next alliance between Sherry and Marshall. And we also have Blue Bear and Marina, who used to be best friends. Okay, so as you can see, whoa, the vote rolled out very interestingly. Marshall and Sherry voted out Blue Bear and Marina voted out. Oh my gosh, it was a tie. Okay, so I was right. There are 2 teams. Okay, I like made up this vote. I guessed for them, and I'm acting like I'm like so surprised. Oh, I really fooled you there. Very dramatic show we have going on. So like I said, enemies turn friends. Okay, this is so dramatic. We have Blue Bear and Marina, who used to be enemies, now are friends. And then we have the thank you next alliance. Now, the funny thing here is that you have to remember is one of these villagers are an imposter, which means they're not actually teammates. Someone is teammates with an imposter right now, which is a horrible spot to be in, because they can really be used by the imposter right now. Who do we think the imposter is? Marshall, Blue Bear. Blue Bear and Marshall having a really good talk right now, which is good for Blue Bear. I think Blue Bear needs some more friends right now. Blue Bear's like public enemy #1. So, you know, making relationships with other villagers in order to get further in the game. Since we got a tie, no one got eliminated, and we're gonna restart right now. We have Blue Bear, we have Marshall, we have Sherry, and we have Marina, who's already sitting down on the green bench, which is another point for the villagers. Remember, they're doing pretty good with these tasks so far. They're getting a lot of them out of the way. If they can finish all of the tasks, they will win, and they won't have to worry about voting out an imposter. They'll just win out. But if the imposter is out there, it's very easy for the imposter to just get rid of the rest of the 3 of them. The imposter only needs to eliminate 3 more villagers. And because we're split off in 2 teams right now, the dynamics are very interesting. Who is it? Is it Blue Bear? Is it Marina? Sherry, Marshall, could be anyone. Now this round is very interesting because whoever gets fenced in by the imposter and gets eliminated by the imposter will probably know based on whose team they were on, right? We'll see who is the imposter's teammate with this elimination. Now we have Sherry, who sat down for the 3rd time in this seat, which now means they completed their 3rd task and have 3 tasks completed. Very, very, very good for Sherry. Sherry is like the strongest person in this team. Now while Sherry's sitting down, oh my gosh, Marina! Marina got trapped by someone. So it was either Marshall or it was Blue Bear. One of those villagers trapped Marina in there. Sherry doesn't care. Sherry's just looking at her phone. She's like, when do we get out of here? When does this challenge end? I gotta go home. She's like texting her. She's just texting her friend from off the island she was talking about earlier. We have 2 votes. Oh my gosh. Okay, so Sherry turned on her teammate Marshall and voted out Marshall because she thought, how would Marshall not be the imposter? Why would Blue Bear betray her teammate? Wow. So, since Marshall got voted out and Marina got eliminated, there's only 2 villagers left. Sherry and Blue Bear. One of these could be the imposter. Blue Bear is looking at Sherry very intensely. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. No, I was rooting for Sherry personally. I was gonna hope that she was gonna pull it out, but no one could tell that Blue Bear was the imposter, eliminating people every single round. Blue Bear made good friendships. You know, I tried to base this off of like if they were on Survivor or one of these reality television shows, what would they do based on who their friends are? At first, we had Apple, of course, who was, you know, previously really disliked on the island for being mistrustworthy and just being really mean to people on the island. So her reputation really ruined her there, and that's why they eliminated Apple. Then Blue Bear became friends with Marina, making an alliance to vote out everyone else, and kind of used Marina as a meat shield for a while. And then eventually, Blue Bear eliminated her own partner, Marina, to make it look like that someone else, you know, would get rid of Marina since they were obviously teammates. No one expected that she actually betrayed her own teammate. Very smart, calculated moves from Bluebear. I think Bluebear is a deserving winner. Now let's talk about the people that got eliminated. One of these villagers I will now be kicking off my island. And I don't want to talk about, kicking off or I don't like this villager, because I really do like this villager, but it's her time to go. She's been on my island for almost 5, maybe even 6 months now, and I just think she's kind of run her course on the island, sadly. And I did promise to my subscribers that I would give her away in the Christmas time, and now it seems like a perfect opportunity that Marina will be leaving my island, which means on the flip side, we'll now be going to one of your islands. So all you have to do is comment down below why you want Marina, subscribe, and ring the bell. That's all you have to do to register, and I will be picking one random comment, and I will be offering them Marina. Now remember, you have to have the Nintendo Switch online and an open spot to take Marina in order for you to take her. Now, I will respond to your comment and tell you you're the winner when I pick your comment through the random picker website that I use. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you had a really good time with this video. I had such a fun time recording it, and I just kind of naturally let it fall out of my hands, right? I didn't want this video to be like super duper made up or super duper dramatic, and I didn't want to be super boring either. So what I did is I just put them all in the room and thought, like, they will all talk to each other, they will all become each other's enemies naturally by their conversations, and I'll use those conversations to predict who they would vote for if they could vote, if they were, actually playing Among Us. So it's kind of all about their social reactions, how they treat each other, who is friends in the past, you know what I mean? So, I kind of felt like it replicated a real TV show, and I hope you like it. The reason why I'm explaining myself is because I really would like to make more of these videos if you enjoy them. So comment down below, do you like these type of videos? I'd like to know if you want me to do more or even a sequel to this video in the future. Okay, thank you so much. I'll see you later. Thank you to all my members. I really appreciate you. Goodbye.